I finally got to watch Twisters, and I absolutely adore it. Like, it's just like a fun summer movie, and I was just really totally surprised by how much I actually loved it. So, let's get into it. First off, the characters here are just so, like, they're so good. These are just more, like, down-to-earth kind of grounded characters. And for some of them, it's kind of going to be hard to talk about their performances because these aren't, like, more deep, driven performances. They're just kind of casual, like Bill Paxton as Bill and Helen Hunt as Joe. I mean, they're really great here. I mean, that's all I've got to say for them. And they did have such great chemistry. But the ones that really did, like, stand out to me were the side characters. Like, these are some of the most memorable side characters I've seen in any film. Like, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dusty is just... You could just tell he's having a blast on here. He just exudes so much energy in here, and I love it. Also, I got to watch this on Philip Seymour Hoffman's birthday. Todd Field was also just, like, really good in here. Sometimes I forget he was, like, an actor before he started directing films. Like, it's just kind of crazy to know about that. The execution of all the tornado scenes in here are terrific. Like, they had such a great score alongside of it. And the effects here surprisingly are, like, have aged well. And not to mention, they just show how dangerous the situation can get. Like, it was pretty tame for, like, the first F3s, yes. But F4 and F5, that's when it got really dangerous. Like, especially in that theater scene and the climax. Like, those are just perfect showcases of how dire the stakes are now. And you know what? My heart's always just gonna warm up whenever I just see the team go in to save Meg in the house. Like, that's just a perfect showcase of how close they are. Even if they don't agree on everything. They really are like a family. And yeah, the score here is also just really good to listen to. Like, anytime I just hear the music play when they're getting ready to go chase a tornado, I just feel like excitement going through my veins. Like, I'm having such a fun time. In a way, this film, it reminds me of, like, Joyride. It's one where it's like, where I wasn't expecting to like it more, and, like, I just had such a fun time, and it had, like, grounded characters. Something else that I also appreciate about Twister, compared to, like, the other disaster films that we were, like, getting so much throughout the mid to late 90s. Compared to others like Independence Day or Armageddon, those are just, like, kind of gimmick ones. But films like Twister and Dante's Peak kind of stand out because those ones are more grounded situations, like tornadoes and volcanoes, yes. We're not automatically just gonna see a meteorite just come out and just destroy us all, but, like, Twisters and volcanoes are, like, common in a lot of areas, so, like, we kind of have this more, like, groundedness compared to the other disaster films, and I really admire that. If there's one part of Twister that wasn't as good as the rest, it's, like, the kind of opening, kind of getting to meet the characters. I mean, it was fine, but wasn't as interesting as, like, the rest of the film. Whereas, like, after that, the film's like, yes, this is fun. This is the movie I wanted to see. But thankfully, it's, like, kind of short, so... And it didn't take me out of it, so there's that. But yes, Twister is just such a fun movie. And now I'm really wanting to go see Twisters.